Hey guys, Tori here from Overlook Horizon. We're at the launch site here. This is Overlook OLHZN-7 today, nicknamed Duplicity. Duplicity today because we're pretty much going to repeat what we did for Overlook Horizon-6. We're going to try to get some photos and videos of that balloon burst today. It's a little bit, I think my face is a little bit dark in the broadcast. Undercover here, we've been dealing with the possibility of rain at the launch site today. It's pretty clear now, so I think we're in good shape for the launch. But while we were setting up here, I wanted to make sure all the electronics and the computer and everything else was under cover. So sorry that my face is a little bit dark. I don't have any lighting for myself, but so we're gonna get things started here shortly. So what's on the agenda for today? In just about 3.5 minutes here, we're gonna start filling the balloon up. We're gonna get that laid out, get some helium in it, get it tied off and secured. Once we do that, we're going to move on to electronics. We're going to get the electronics and the camera powered up. That's going to happen right about the 20 or 30 minute mark is when we'll start that. And then we'll count it down to 0. We should hopefully get a liftoff right at 5:30 today. That's what we're shooting for, 5:30 Eastern time. That's 21:30 Zulu or 21:30 UTCs if you're not in the Eastern Seaboard here. So anyways, things are looking pretty good. We got partly cloudy skies out here. Can't see it right now, but at some point, if we get a break, I can certainly show you what we're looking at for the skies. But we see a lot of blue skies right now. It was looking pretty dark gray earlier today when I was setting up. But skies are blue now. A couple of broken clouds, which is kind of awesome. I love that kind of setup because we get a lot of good footage of that. I personally don't mind the cloud cover because you can get some interesting looking shots. So, and our flight today, the flight path is going to take a pretty interesting path here. Let me show it to you here real quick. Let's see, where's my mouse? Here we go. We'll take a look at the flight path. So here's our flight path for today, which is kind of crazy. So it's not unusual to have these switchbacks, and we start off in the northeast direction. Mostly kind of an eastern track. But we head to the east, then we take a almost 90-degree angle to the south, then we take an almost 90-degree angle back to, well, I guess in the camera if you're watching me point, but we take a 90-degree angle to the west, and then we hit balloon burst. So balloon burst is that little red star burst that shows up in the bottom left of that flight path, if you can see that. And then once you get the balloon burst, then we kind of get the opposite of the ascent flight path. So we get the southern trend again, and then the eastern trend again. So that's the flight path that we predicted today. It's a little bit strange though, because one of the things that was a little bit odd for today's flight path is that we have 2 flight prediction softwares that we use, and they do not agree on what the flight path is going to be. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera because I was trying to get comments up and running. So Curtis, this will be pretty cool. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about it. I'm excited to see what this I'm excited to see what this flight path is going to turn out to be. So what I was saying is we've got 2 different prediction tools that we use, and sometimes they disagree. Usually that's like 7 days out they disagree, 5 days, even 3 days out sometimes they disagree. But as we get closer to launch time, they usually come together and have kind of a concise agreement on what the flight path is going to be, or the landing zone. But today, not so much. So let me show you the landing zone that comes up for the other prediction tool, which is much further north. So this is actually further to the north. I didn't actually save a copy of the flight paths from this. I just saved the landing zone. But the flight paths from this, they pretty much do the same thing that we see in the other prediction that I looked at, but it doesn't get that big southern drop that we saw in the last prediction. It pretty much just goes east and then comes right back west and then goes back to the east again, and kind of just stays all compact right together. So we got one prediction tool that's predicting a big southern trend, and one prediction tool that's kind of keeping it together. So pretty unusual for us to get a disagreement on those prediction tools. So it'll be interesting to see what this flight path does. In either case, both flight paths are acceptable. So not too much of an issue if we go to sorry, I got all these bugs flying around my head. But not an issue if we go to either landing zone or any landing zone in between there. So as long as the first prediction, I'll switch it back to that one here real quick. The first prediction gets us a little bit close to the water, a little close to Canandaigua Lake. So we're going to try to avoid that if we can, because we don't want to run into the lake. But this other trend here, much further to the north, no water, no hazards. That one's a real safe bet. And anywhere in between there is looking okay. You know, anywhere we can get away from that water is going to be better. So anyways, our flight setup here today. We'll take a quick look. We got a couple camera angles that we're going to have today, but unfortunately I don't have somebody dedicated running a live broadcast today, so it's just going to be me talking away, and I'll come update you every once in a while. Fortunately, be a little bit on the boring side, but hopefully I can get a break and give you an update at some point on how things are going. Hopefully right around the 30-minute mark I'll have a little bit of a break that we can give. So anyways, that's what's in store for today. We're at 48 minutes, so we got to get started with the balloon filling process. So I'm going to switch you over here to the intro video. Shows our mission details for today, gives you a little bit of an overview on what we're looking at today. So check this short video out, and we'll see you back here. Once you get back here, we'll be started in the balloon filling. Let's see, is there a camera with the balloon? Yeah, so you should see. I'll switch when we get back to the main camera that takes full screen. You'll see the balloon filling right behind us here. So we got the tarp set up. That's going to be where we fill the balloon. So you should see the balloon filling while we're going through that. So nice shirt, JK. Yeah. Jeff's got his Hab engineer shirt on. I got mine on underneath here, but I needed a button up, a lapel here, so I can clip all my microphones to it. So anyways, here, check out the intro video, and we'll see you back here in just a few minutes. We're back for more high-flying action. Overlook Horizon 7 is launching today. Hey guys, Tori here from Overlook Horizon. It's flight day for our third flight of 2017, Overlook Horizon 7, nicknamed Duplicity. The name Duplicity for this flight represents today's primary objective, which is pretty much a duplicate objective from Overlook Horizon 6, and that is to obtain photos and videos of the moment the balloon bursts at peak altitude. If you've been following this year's flights, you already know that Flight 6 back in May had this same objective. We added a third upward-facing camera to Flight 6 in hopes of capturing the moment the balloon burst. The camera itself operated quite well, but the increased frame rate at 60 frames per second caused the camera batteries to drain faster than we expected, and the balloon's camera failed around 70,000 feet, just short of the burst altitude of 91,462 feet. For today's flight, we removed the 4K high-speed action camera that we used on Flight 6 for the balloon, and instead, we'll be using another one of our regular flight-proven cameras at a normal frame rate of 30 frames per second. This will give us a lower quality video, but it's still HD 1080p, and we're very confident that this camera will be able to capture the entire flight, since it's the same cameras that we've reliably used as our side-facing cameras for 4 flights now. Another similar objective from last flight is that this flight will again implement a 1,200 gram balloon as our largest balloon yet. If you watched the Flight 6 live launch broadcast, you'll likely notice the big 1-hour delay during the launch procedures. This was due to a manufacturer's defect in the balloon that resulted in a tiny pinhole being discovered when the balloon was filled. Tiny pinholes in atmospheric balloons are not an uncommon occurrence since these latex balloons are very sensitive. But if they go undiscovered, they can cause major problems during the flight. The balloons are particularly sensitive to sunlight, temperature, and the oils on your skin. Any of these things can cause the balloon to deteriorate slightly, leading to things like pinholes or an early balloon burst. During our live launch operations, you'll notice that we wear blue gloves during the balloon filling procedures, specifically for this reason, so we can protect the balloon from the oils on our skin. Unfortunately, last time around, there was a pinhole that we barely noticed, but we could hear the faint whistling of helium slowly escaping the balloon once it was full. Now you might think, hey Tori, what's the big deal? A small pinhole will barely let out any helium. Surely there will be plenty of helium left to make it through the short 3-hour flight, right? Well, maybe, but probably not. You see, atmospheric balloons are designed to stretch. When we fill them on the ground, the balloon will sit at about 6 feet in diameter when fully inflated. As the balloon travels to the top of the atmosphere though, the balloon stretches due to the low pressure environment. When the balloon bursts at maximum altitude, these 1,200 gram balloons will be nearly 30 feet in diameter. That's 5 times the size that you see here on the ground, so that small pinhole can quickly stretch into a large gaping hole, which might make it a little easier to understand how this can lead to problems. Once the hole grows larger, it will let out more helium from the balloon. Having less helium will slow the ascent rate down. In a best case scenario, that would mean the balloon's flight would be slightly longer and push our landing zone slightly off course from what we predicted. However, in a worst case scenario, the ascent rate could slow so much that the balloon never reaches burst altitude. It could slowly drift in the wind until it lost enough helium where it finally begins to fall and return to the ground completely intact. That would mean a flight time that's extremely long and could push the landing zone hundreds of miles off course. It's just too much of a risk to take, so we switched to a smaller backup balloon for the last flight. Today though, the primary and the backup balloon are both 1,200 gram balloons, so we should be reaching an altitude of over 100,000 feet even if we have to switch balloons. Reaching that altitude should take about 2 hours and 10 minutes today, with the descent taking just over 30 minutes, putting today's flight time around 2 hours and 45 minutes. If all goes well, we'll be landing very close to sunset and should get some great footage with the sun low in the sky and casting long shadows. Finally, keep an eye on today's flight path, as it should be quite interesting and should lead to a short downrange recovery that's within about 20 miles from the launch site. So that's what's in store for today's flight. We've got 2 more flights planned after today for 2017, including a flight on Monday, August 21st during the total solar eclipse in North America. So make sure you're following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date on those flights. Also, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any of our live broadcasts, our in-flight videos, or the educational series videos we'll have in between flights. So what do you guys think about today's flight? Do you think we can finally get that footage of the balloon bursting? We're going to find out soon, but let us know what you think will go down during today's flight in the comments section down below. We'll try to answer as much as we can during the broadcast today. Our live broadcast host, Liz, couldn't make the launch today, but we'll do our best to keep you updated as much as we can during the launch procedures. Although we have a short crew today, so it'll be a little bit tougher. I'll be preparing the flight for launch soon, so let's head back to the launch site, hopefully to see a successful launch today for OLHZN-7 Duplicity.
Chuck is still leaking a little bit, but not a ton.
All right, we're starting to fill the balloon here.
Watch you guys go play hockey over there. Yes, Mike?
You can always, if they ask a question, you can unclip your mic and just, so it doesn't go through your earpiece, and I'll just play it out loud. Okay, thanks. On the other side. like some stickers and business cards there, and also those packets, see if they want one.
Copy that. fake balloon, Mike?
Antenna's in the package.
Turn GPS phone on.
Stand by, the phone's coming on.
Copy that. Wind speed is currently 5.2, gusting to 6.5. Verify GPS phone on.
Stand by, still booting.
Copy.
If I knew I was photobombing, I would have made a better face.
Phone's on.
Didn't catch that.
I said, phone's on. Copy, done.
Wi-Fi off.
Confirmed. Yes, affirmative.
Attach the capsule.
Phone's in the box.
Copy that. Chase phone GPS logging on.
Done.
Verify GPS logging.
Done. What's the call down?
Antenna connected for tracking.
Say that again.
Verify larger antenna connected for tracking.
Yep, affirmative.
Copy. Verify primary radio reception.
Copy, sequence 175.
Copy. You want to hold at this point?
What's our timing now?
T-minus 22.
Hold for just a second. I'll update everybody here.
You're going to do a minor hold?
Hey everybody. All right, coming back. I got about a 2-minute break here, so we're 2 minutes ahead of schedule. So balloon's filled. Jeff's got it anchored down. Payload package is transmitting well, so everything looks good in that regards. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Let's collect video footage of the balloon bursting. Yes, sir, Shepard. That's what we're going for today. We got some some other minor goals as well. It's kind of an interesting flight pattern. That was something that we were looking for. We wanted to see an interesting flight pattern, so that is up for today as well. So let's see, Randy, I'm back. All right, awesome. Good to see you again, Randy. Steven Driver, good luck. Thanks, Steven. Appreciate it. Marie, how are you? I thought maybe you'd be here today. Wait, it isn't 5:30, and I was going to come, but now we're just waiting for the plane. Oh, yeah, well, liftoff is 5:30, so we're about 5:00, what are we, almost 5:10, 5:08, so yeah, we're 21 minutes away from liftoff here. So, had a brief break. Just wanted to... that's my biggest... that's a different video somebody commented on. Somebody commented, my biggest fear, landing on power lines. Yeah, that's not fun. I don't recommend that. So we're going to try to avoid that today. But we're looking good. So our next thing's here at T-minus 20. So I just wanted to jump off, see what you guys were saying. And then so it's really going to get busy here now. We're going to start and get ready to lift off here.
Battery power? Freeze off. Good call. starter. Did we miss anything?
The bottom of the parachute.
Verify signal reception.
Oh, copy. We got good tone.
Top of
Good
the
GPS.
parachute.
Cameras on.
Balloon's attached to the top of the parachute, so when the balloon bursts,
Camera's going on.
it falls free form for quite a while until the atmosphere thickens and there's enough air for the parachute to catch. And then it'll slow down and land. What's the speed on landing?
11.5 miles per hour is what it'll land at.
11.5 miles per hour.
Camera's on.
Verify signal reception.
Stand by.
Anybody want to come over here? You can feel the lift.
Got good signal.
T-minus 12. Hold up.
Follow that time frame. So.
What, guys? You can? You want to come over and hold it? Am I getting line so you can hold it? Okay. Put the top on there, Mikey. Okay, help him put the top on there.
I'm probably up in a million. Bella, go this way. Nice to meet you too. No, come this way, Bella. Wow. If they need one, I can get it. Here, Bella, come down. Bella, you got it? I never seen it back.
All right, guys, still looking good here. We're waiting for T-minus 12 to move on to the next item. We got a lot of people here, so you can see all the people in the background here. Big crowd today, so everybody's anxiously awaiting this liftoff here. So we're just about ready to head it up. Let's see, how are you transmitting the data back? So we use.
What's the payload today?
Sorry, say that again.
What's the weight of the payload today?
We're 3.5 pounds today. Okay, so we transmitting. We got a microcomputer, an Arduino inside that transmits radio signals back to us on the ground, and there's also a network, the APRS network of towers all over the place that will pick up that radio signal as well. So even if we can't receive it personally, we should be able to see it on APRS website, which we'll show once we launch the video. You'll see in this this bottom bar here, you'll see the address to track it live if you want to follow it as well today. So let's see. Looks good, sounds great. Thanks, Tim. Enrico, good luck. Thank you very much. Angelo, looking forward to this. Yeah, we are too. It should be an exciting one here. So T-minus 12 is the next thing for us, so I'm going to unplug here. I'll give you back on the hot mic or the open mic, and we'll move on to the next item. Send in the meantime, send over your questions, and next time I get a break, I will do my best to answer all of them.
All right, we're T-minus 12.
Verify signal reception.
closing it up.
Copy that.
That's a really heavy weight in that gallon jug, so it's going to take it away. But now, well, you can't see too.
Payload secured.
Copy that. Attach module to harness, primary and secondary line. T-10. T-10. Looking good so far.
Keep me on time.
Yep. Don't touch it. Don't touch, Mike. Mike. Mikey, don't touch. Yeah, let's move up in the sky. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Move up in the sky. Go sit with Bella.
Hey, we're attached.
Copy that. Anchor stabling lines. Anchor stabling lines.
Anchor stabilized.
Release it.
Sorry, I need about a minute and a half to fire up the quadcopter. I'm going to take this, I'll take the balloon from you, and I'm probably going to walk it up here shortly. Next item on the checklist is power on the quadcopter.
I think it's actually weights. Make it don't try to lift it because you want money. If it's connected to money, what you no, but they're gonna connect to money.
Still going up. Still going up. Somewhere. Let me see it. Oh, there it is. Still going up.
For a minute while I do the broadcast. Keep running that for a minute while I do the broadcast. All right, everybody. How are we doing? Let's see. Oh, we're missing the map. Where's the map? How come the map's not showing? Yeah, well, we should have a map there. Let's see. Tough to see. Let's see. Will this show us the map? Live. Here it is. There we go. Map's coming up. So we're in the air here now. We got good signal. Just wait to see if we can get the map up on the screen here. Loading. There it is. All right. So we got good signal here. I got to get a little bit closer to the camera because I can't read it here. 2,700 feet. So we got good signal. Things are going well. Got a big crowd here watching. I got the map address right here on the, I guess, let's see. I guess it's technically this way here on the screen. Right there, if you want to track this flight online. We should be about a 3-hour flight here. We're going to stick around for a little bit, but got a lot of people here, so I want to answer some questions. I'm going to leave this map up here for a little while. We can track this down. I'm going to come... stay tuned for just a minute here. I'm going to come back and we're going to check your questions here. Just want to chat with the people that are here. Haven't had much of a chance to talk with them, so stick around for a minute. I'm going to get to your comments here. We're going to watch the map, and I'll be right back here, and we'll answer some of your questions.
Balloon, guys? Way up there, huh? Going up in the sky.
Do you have those stickers and business cards I gave you? Or put them right there?
Set them over there.
That's not up anymore. You can put that down. It's not on the screen. Nope, just set it down.
on that, Michael, please. Hi, how are ya? Doing well. chin and see if you like. Let's see if you like butter. Hold it here, under your chin. Chin up. Hold it under your chin and let's see if you shine yellow. Under the chin. Let's see if you shine yellow. You like butter. Let's see if Mikey likes butter. You don't want to? Okay, you don't have to. All right. Can we talk about stuff so we don't forget it? You do.
right, how we doing? Is anybody watching anymore? Let's see. Any viewers? Sorry, I'm super close to the camera. I can't see if anybody's watching, but figured I'd check in. Let's see. We'll do a couple questions here just to see. Hope to see the burst. Love that view from 90,000 feet. Yeah, us too. How are you going to track the land? Oh, I think I answered that one already. We're going to follow the radio signal. Do you keep the payload heated? No, we don't keep the payload heated. We actually have the opposite problem. Our payload's usually too hot. The box is really well insulated. Computer's hot. Camera's hot. So we usually don't heat the payload. We actually have one flight almost overheated, even though outside temperature is about negative 70 degrees, super cold. The inside stays really warm, surprisingly. Let's see, got a 360 camera. No, not today. No 360 camera today. Just a regular HD camera today. Maybe next year we'll do 360 camera. Probably not this year. So let's see. Where's my Facebook? Let's see. I need my phone here somewhere. All right. Let's see. Let me pull up the Facebook here. Expecting moderate turbulence, 25,000 to 40,000. Yep, that sounds about right. Also a convective cell in motion, 44,000. We might get close to. Watching on your YouTube feed. Yeah, all right. 9 miles up and rising. Nice.
Who's giving you updates?
Awesome. No, these are just these are comments on the Facebook video here. So yeah, just checking in. Wanted to see if I missed anything so we could say hi to everybody. Looks like there's still a couple people watching here, watching the map. So let's see. We're 6 o'clock now. This flight, our landing, is not expected to be until about 8:15. And it's probably only about 20 or 30 minute drive from here. So we got lots of time, which is fantastic. Love that. So we are currently sitting at 21,000 feet right now. 21,000 feet is what we got on the map. We're headed over towards Geneva area, 163 miles per hour. It is moving. 10 satellites, that's good, that's what we want. External temperature is 26 degrees Fahrenheit. Onboard computer, 98 degrees Fahrenheit. Internal temperature, still 85 degrees. So there's that internal temperature question that somebody asked, do we heat the payload? We don't have to. Still 85 degrees inside the payload. I lost my map here. So don't have to heat the payload. Battery voltage sitting at 8.73 volts, so that's real good. Really, we only need about 3.6 as our minimum, so we got plenty of battery. Oh no, sorry, not 3.6. 6 volts is our minimum, so sorry. So we got plenty of battery. We should be doing well here. I might actually be wrong on that 6 volts. I think each cell dies at about 3.3 volts. So yeah, it might be like 6.6 volts that is our minimum. So we're up, we're flying, 1802. Yeah, we're still getting signal, getting them here, and we're actually still getting pretty good signal here on the ground, which is surprising. So getting really good reception. Things are looking very good here on the flight so far. This is I'm pretty excited because today is the first time that we launched on time. So that was pretty awesome that we launched on time. Let's see, I'm trying to get back to the Facebook video here so I can see if there's any comments. There we go. Oh, these bugs. So yeah, we're looking very good here. Everything's going just like we need it to. So no issues so far. Kind of wondering what the landing's going to be like because everything's going so smoothly that I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop, so to speak. So yeah, we're up, and fortunately everybody cleaned up for me. That was kind of cool. So while I was talking to everybody, crew cleaned up. So we're just about to pack everything up, and we're probably not even going to start heading out quite yet. Because we still got lots of time before we have to get to the landing site. But we may head over early, or maybe go grab something to eat, because I am pretty pretty hungry. I've been here since about 1 o'clock setting up. So I've been here about 5 hours now, trying to get everything up and running. And I'm also incredibly thirsty because I've been flying and it's hot. So yeah, we're looking good. Let's check the radio signal here real quick. Yep, so we're on what we call sequence 105. So every transmission has a sequence number, and that's the big thing that we keep an eye on to make sure that things are working correctly, is a sequence number. Because if something fails on the computer, it'll restart and we'll start a sequence 0 again. So sequence 0 would indicate a failure of some sorts, which is generally not good. Hold on one second. Hey, do you want to see? You want to see if they? I don't know if they got some stickers. You want to give them some stickers?
Uncle Tori.
Don't give them all of them. But all right, bye, Mikey. Bye, Mikey. Good to see you, my man.
I'm gonna get them out of here.
Thanks. All right. Thanks for the
I
help.
think you'll probably pack up faster without them.
Yeah. All right. Part of my crew's leaving. Little guys are leaving. So everybody dispersed in a hurry there. So anyways, yeah, let me, I'm probably gonna pack up here, I guess. And we got lots of time. This is kind of lots of time and everything went well. This is kind of unusual. I don't know what to do with myself. Anyway, so go ahead, track the flight. Let's see. Hey, watching you live, tracking on APRS. Great job. All right, thanks. I just got R Herman. That's on YouTube. So yeah, somebody tracking us live on APRS. Definitely pretty awesome. You can follow the flight along yourself. Use this web address right here, overlookhorizon.com/map. That'll take you right to it. If you know how to work APRS's website, you can also go there. You could also go to overlookhorizon.com and look at flight number 7, and there's a link to the map there as well. So lots of ways to get on there and track the map yourself if you want to follow along. It's pretty mobile friendly, so you can track it on your phone if you want to watch it on your phone. You can watch it on a computer. You can watch it right here on the live broadcast. Although I'm probably going to pack up here shortly because I'm kind of running out of things to say. Let me see. Let's see. Let me look at my before we close it up here and wrap things up. Let's see. Let me see if I had anything else that I wanted to bring up here on my talking points. So these are my talking points that I usually give our broadcast host, but we didn't have one today, so sorry about that. So let's see. Yeah, today we live broadcast on Facebook and YouTube simultaneously, which is pretty awesome. It actually worked out flawlessly. I think nobody told me the video was stuttering. I don't see in my my little console here. It looks like we got a good signal, so hopefully the broadcast is okay for you. If you want to help support us, so we like to do these launches. We had a lot of viewers today, a lot of young kids, Boy Scouts from Canandaigua here. They came watch the flight today. We had a group from BOCES, Southern Tier BOCES come out. They want to help students launch their own high altitude balloons. So we like to get this thing going and we want to share it. So if you want to help support our cause, you can go to overlookhorizon.com, check out the support section. We got a lot of ways that you can help us out, and we got some cool swag that you can get as well. So you can get t-shirts, you can get stickers, and all the proceeds that from t-shirts and stickers, they go to helping us launch here. So they pay for the helium, the balloons we use. If we have to get materials for the actual payload itself, cameras, things like that, they all cost money. Right now we're just funding this ourselves. We're not a for-profit organization. We just do, this is non-for-profit. We spend way more than we get in support fees. So if you want to help us out and help support the cause, definitely head over to overlookhorizon.com and you can help support us and get yourself a sticker or a t-shirt. We've got photos as well. You can get photo prints from our flights too. Let's see. So some concerns for today's flight that we are watching. We want to make sure that balloon facing camera lasts the entire time. So we're really hoping on that. Pretty confident that should happen. We're using a camera that we've used for many flights now. So we're pretty confident that will happen. We're just going to have to see. Our landing area is a little bit close to Canandaigua Lake in one of the predictions here. So let's see, we'll switch off the map here for just 1 second here. We'll take you over to this. There we go. Are we back? Sorry, my computer froze up there for a second. Okay, so I just want to show this this prediction map here. So this is about the flight pattern that we're expecting to see here. It's kind of this crazy crazy pattern that we're expecting to see. And so here's a look at, let's switch over back to the actual live map. It'll take a second just to pull up here real quick. But so you got that little backwards S-curve is what we're looking at, what we're expecting for the flight. And here's where we're at so far. So we're just at the top of that S-curve right now. We should see a southern trend here shortly. But we want to make sure we stay out of Canandaigua Lake. Larger balloon today, 1,200 grams. That should definitely get us over 100,000 feet. No hole in it this time. It's awesome. So we're up and running. We had 3 cameras on the flight. Let's see, all the cameras are on for the whole trip. We're going to do a flight on August 21st. If you didn't see, on Total Solar Eclipse Day in North America. I don't know what kind of footage we're going to get, but we're going to try. We'll see what we get. Bye. So we'll see what kind of footage we get. So let's see. That's all about the flight preparations, which we're already done with. So yeah, this 1,200 gram balloon, this is double the size that we did last year. It's 1.5 times the size of this or the last flights that we've done this year. So we've done 2 800 gram balloons. We intended to do a 1,200 gram balloon on the last launch, but had a pinhole in it. There was no go. So we had to switch to a backup balloon, 800 grams. Let's see. We use 130 cubic feet of helium today. It's about 6 feet in diameter when we let it go. Should be 26 feet in diameter when it breaks. Let's see what else we've got. Payload was 3.5 pounds today. The ascent rate should be about 10 miles per hour is what we're expecting, about 850 feet per minute. I have not had a chance to check and verify that yet, but one of the tools we use for tracking will verify our ascent rate. And so we'll check in and try to verify and make sure that ascent rate is what it should be. We're expecting about 850 feet per minute on average. I mean, we could have readings in between that are more or less, but on average, we're looking for about 850 feet per minute. Downrange landing distance, we should be within 20 miles. That's what we're hoping for. We'll see how that goes with this crazy flight path. We should be about 2 hours and 40, somewhere around 2 hours and 45 minutes is what we're expecting. So look for landing around 8:15. We should be looking at burst somewhere around like 7:30 to 7:45 is when we should have a balloon burst. And the landing should come down at just over 11 miles per hour. So we calculate 11.69 miles per hour as our landing speed. So that's what we got here today, everybody. So we're up in the air, we're flying. We got to get things packed up here and get something to eat, get on the road. But this thing is up and running, and things are going well. We're starting to get we still got a decent signal here, but we're starting to lose our signal a little bit here. Let me just take a look at the map. Last sequence I got was sequence 112. So yeah, I think that fuzzy static, I don't know if you can hear it in the microphone, but that fuzziness that we got is I think that's our flight, and I think we're just getting out of range. We're out of range of our ground antenna here. But we'll keep an eye on it. We're still getting picked up, as you can see on the screen. We're still getting picked up by the APRS network here, so that's still doing great. Let's see. Take a look. Let's take a look at the map here. I'm going to start cleaning some stuff up here while I take a look at the map here. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So we're over Geneva now. 27,000 feet over Geneva. So this is a little bit past where our prediction was. So here's the path. We should, according to the prediction, we should be hitting a southern trend here any moment. But then again, we had this other prediction here, which we'll switch over. So here's the other prediction. This is just the landing zone. The other prediction had it all staying north. There was no southern trend. It just, once it got up to I don't remember the altitude, but once it got up to a certain altitude, it was going to head back to, let's see, I don't know which way I'm pointing on the camera, back to the west. So at some point we should see a turn, either a southern turn or a turn to the west. So we're waiting on that to see how this flight path pans out. Let's see. Question on YouTube from Maria. How do you predict the route? So we use two different prediction tools that are based on the American GFS forecast model. So there's two major forecast models. There's the American model and the European model that do forecasting, and then there's a couple software tools that use those it uses the American GFS model. And you can go on overlookhorizon.com. There's links in the utilities section to those prediction tools. But we use those prediction tools. The predictions will ask us, like, where are we launching from? We put in the latitude and longitude. It asks us what our ascent rate is going to be, which we calculate. Usually going to be between 4 to 5 meters per second is how fast we want to go up. That's about 800 to 1,000 feet per minute. So we put that in, and then we look at the manufacturer specifications for the balloon, and we put in the estimated burst altitude. So the manufacturer publishes where they expect the balloon to burst based on how much helium you put in it. So we plug that into the calculator, and then we have a descent rate that we plug in, and then we take that from the manufacturer specifications from our parachute that we use. So our parachute has a weight rating and speed rating for that weight. So all of those go into the software tool. We use two different software tools, and they give us a prediction, and they change. So the American GFS comes out with a new prediction every 6 hours. So it's usually Eastern time. They come out at 6 a.m., 12 p.m., 6 p.m., and midnight. So those predictions come out, and then the prediction tools they're a little bit delayed. So the forecast comes out at those times, but the prediction tools are about 45 minutes behind there. So usually it's 6:15 p.m. right now. So a new GFS forecast just came out 15 minutes ago. Those prediction tools that we use will not have that updated forecast yet, but they will in about half an hour, and we can run another prediction and see. The last prediction we ran was from the 12 o'clock prediction about 6 hours ago. So it's possible that the forecast could have been updated since then, but we'll check that once we shut down the broadcast and get in the car. Yeah, we're still trending to the east here, so it'll be interesting to see what happens on this flight path here. So we'll keep an eye on that. We're gonna go chase this thing down. Let's see. Let me look at the Facebook video. We'll just check, see if there's any more questions, and then I think I'm gonna shut this guy down here if there's no more questions. Yeah, I don't see any more questions on the Facebook broadcast. So anyways, that's what we're looking at today. Let's see. Yeah, you don't want to see the prediction map here. Let's get you over to the real map since I'm talking about where we are flying. Here we go, live APRS. Bing. Okay. Oh, and you know what else I could show you? So we have another tracking tool from HabHub. Sorry, I gotta take my hat off because my head is getting hot. So here's the APRS. You can see it's over Geneva now. We're still getting that little that wavy pattern. That is consistent with action. So if we quick flight path, it trended further to the east, but we're getting into that second hump now. So we're in the northeastern portion of that second hump. So we should maybe see, maybe that move to the south or move to the west. We should see soon here. Just keeping an eye on it, see when that comes up. But here, let's look at. So I've got another prediction tool. Let's see if this one comes up. See if this guy works here. So this is from HabHub. This is our other prediction model that we use. Let's see if this one works. I haven't looked at this one in a while. Getting nothing. I don't see anything on there. Well, I don't know if that one's going to show anything. Okay, well, forget that one then. We'll go back to the regular. Wait for that southern track to happen to see. It's taking a second to load here. We'll just wait for that southern. I'm waiting for that southern turn or a western turn. Either one would work out. Looking for either, but launch went well today. Here we go. There's our flight path. So we're just getting into that northeast track again. And if you remember the flight prediction, it trended to the northeast, and then it took a sharp turn to the south, according to the prediction. So this is much further east than we expected it to go, but it should be fine. Should be all right. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. So, all right. I think I'm going to call it quits here. Thanks to everybody for watching. I know this was kind of a long broadcast. We had a lot of people here today, which was surprising. We love having the people here. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of things happening today. So, gonna get things closed up here. We will do another broadcast partway through the flight and after the flight's over. So, make sure you're subscribing to our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts so you can get updated on when those live broadcasts are. Bugs. A lot of bugs around here for some reason. I don't know why. So, let's see. Here we go. We'll throw up the social media channels there. There you go. Make sure you're following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel as well if you're watching on YouTube, because we will have another live broadcast. I don't have an exact time on it, so it will be just kind of a instant notification broadcast. So, so if you want to check out that broadcast during the flight or as we get close to the landing, make sure you subscribe to Facebook and YouTube. There is a chance. So one of the things we always run into with our live broadcasts is mobile data bandwidth. So we're running these broadcasts off our cell phone data plans here. So it's not the greatest. Right now it's running fantastic, which is great. But when we get to the landing zone or partway through the flight, I have no idea what kind of reception we're going to have. So if you're watching on YouTube, there is a chance that we will only broadcast on Facebook come the next broadcast. So if you're not already subscribed to our Facebook page, definitely subscribe to the Facebook page, because that will we will definitely have a live broadcast on Facebook. We will try our hardest to also simulcast that on YouTube if we have enough bandwidth. So so that's what we got, everybody. So we're gonna close it up here and pack things up, and we're gonna head home. So far so good. And we'll see how this turns out shortly. All right, everybody. Well, let's see. Oh, what is that on my screen there? Oh, that's not it. Okay, sorry. Just want to make sure we were good to go. Okay. Let's see. I gotta play my fancy outro here.